Let's make a tincture. I'm gonna show you guys just how easy this is to make your own medicines at home that are safe and effective. All you're gonna need is a sterile glass jar with a lid, vodka, and your herb of choice. So today we're gonna be making a chamomile tincture. Chamomile is great to soothe anxiety, relax the nerves. If you're an insomniac, if you take it before bed, it helps you to sleep through the night. It also calms down the tummy when there's some tummy issues. Chamomile is a great little flower that you're gonna find all throughout herbal medicine. Let's get to it. You're gonna take the top off of your jar and you're gonna take whatever dried herb. This is a recipe for dried herb. You can use fresh herbs, but it will be a different ratio. And you're gonna wanna fill your jar halfway. Whatever size jar you have that you're using, fill it halfway. That was not halfway. We're gonna pour some back in here. Halfway. If you want really good quality herbs, flowers, stems, roots, whatever you're making your tincture with, I would suggest Mountain Rose herbs. They're organic, super high quality. You can go to their website online. No, I'm not affiliated with them. They're just amazing. Also, you can order on Amazon, but it's very hit and miss of the quality you're gonna get there. And if you want something like today, and you don't want to have to order online and wait, you can go to any Latin supermarket and you will find herbs all over the place. Jar is halfway filled. You're gonna take vodka, or a lot of herbalists like to use grain alcohol as well. And you're going to fill up your jar all the way to the top and make sure every piece of the herb that you're using is covered. This is all the way to the top. I'm gonna put the jar on, the lid on, and give it a little shake. Make sure every piece of the plant is touching the alcohol. So now this is going to sit in a dark cabinet for 6 to 8 weeks. This gives the alcohol enough time to extract the medicinal properties from the plant. And this is how tinctures actually differ from teas. If you're wondering, why can't I just make chamomile tea? You can, but the potency is extremely different. This is a lot more potent, what you're going to get in a tincture, as opposed to what you're going to make in steeping in water in a little cup. During the 6 to 8 weeks this is in the cupboard, make sure every few days you give it a few shakes and put it back. That's to make sure that none of the plant is sticking together and the alcohol touches all of the plant. So after 6 to 8 weeks, your tincture is going to be dark and it's going to look like this. All the alcohol has extracted the properties from the plant. This is actually a feverfew tincture that I made 8 weeks ago. So it is time. So feverfew is great for fevers, migraines, arthritis pain, and even menstrual cramps. Okay, now we're gonna take a jar, a bowl, whatever you have, and some cheesecloth. Drape it over the empty container and pour over your tincture to strain out all of the plant material. Come out one big plop, but I want it to because there's still plenty of liquid left in there, and I'm gonna take my cheesecloth now and I'm gonna squeeze out the excess. And now we have just the tincture. Okay, so at this point you would transfer your tincture to an amber bottle of some kind, a dark glass jar where sunlight is not going to touch it. But because I always make this for family members, for their kids, for when people get sick, I'm gonna be putting them in 2-ounce amber bottles, and these have glass pipettes. So I'm gonna remove the pipettes. I purchased these on Amazon, by the way, before you ask me. These came with a little funnel. And now I'm gonna pour the tincture into these. Horribly. Okay. I made a mess. I'm gonna close up our bottles. And now the most important thing that needs to be done after you clean up and you're done filling your bottles is to label. So you can get painter's tape if you want to be frugal. I have rolls and rolls of these little stickers. The bottles actually came with some bottle stickers, so I'm just going to use those. And you're going to want to write down what the tincture is. So this is going to say feverfew on it. I'm going to put that I used vodka, and I'm going to put the date that I bottled it. And now you have a tincture. So as you know, alcohol does not go bad. So how long is the shelf life of one of these? It's not going to go bad, but over time, the medicinal properties are going to regress. I typically will keep this 1 to 2 years, and then I would make a new batch if I still had some left over. No, this does not need to go in the fridge. This can go right in your cupboard. And just some tips and tricks, if you don't want to go out and buy jars, all those jars I know that you hoard because you don't want to throw them away, you can use to make these. And once you get more comfortable with making your own herbal remedies at home, you can start actually mixing multiple herbs and making a tincture out of it. It doesn't just have to be one plant. Let's talk about dosage. So guys, these are plants. There are a few parts of plants that can be toxic, but if you're looking up your recipes to make these tinctures and things online, you're not going to be steered wrong. But a typical dosage for adults with tinctures is 1 to 2 droppers full. You would suction up what comes into the dropper. It's more or less about 30 drops, and you can take 1 to 2 full dropperfuls of this for an adult. With kids, usually it's done by weight. You can look that up online, and a lot of people will still give the alcohol-based tinctures to their children, diluted in some water, some juice, some tea. For those that do not want any alcohol whatsoever, and I know there's going to be some, or maybe you're not comfortable giving your kids the 5 to 15 drops for their dosage of the alcohol, you can do the same process but use glycerine instead of vodka. It's not going to be as potent because the glycerine's not going to be able to pull as much as the vodka, but it will still work. Or maybe you want to start dabbling with tinctures now. You don't have the time to wait to make it yourself. There's a lot of local markets like Sprouts or even on Amazon or tons of stores online where you can buy these already made, and they actually come with dosages on the back. This is something I give my kids whenever the onset of illness comes. It's an echinacea mixture, and it just boosts the immune system to get them to start fighting off whatever they have. I hope that some of you were able to find this video helpful. There's definitely a lot of people on here that you can follow that this is all that they do. But this was just my little tidbit to get you guys started on your natural medicine journey and to show you it doesn't have to be complicated. If you took the time to watch this video, I'm sure that you are on some kind of journey to self-sufficiency or healing some kind of chronic illness that you're not getting answers for. I applaud you for the changes that you're making, so keep down this journey. It is the right path to be taking, and this will be second nature to you very soon.